breath, shoot another charge of the silent image wand onto Ludo's face, and grow the most glorious mustache I can.
It's kind of...
Ooh!
Well, ask and you shall receive, Manny. Oh, yeah. Let's get this mustache wet. What do you say? In a drinking way.
You guys can, for a $1 a night per person, stay at the Bosterra Town Inn.
I think I will pay my Zoller.
Yeah.
Okay, the familiars are not charged, and Makarnam is sneaky enough to get in. Tech just spends time outside.
Alright, he can
How many days are you renting your room for?
Probably just one to start. I think we're gonna go and see the sights and maybe... I mean, we may end up back here, we may not.
I think that's probably true, yeah.
Okay, it's that evening. Ludo, you're taking off your belt and that sort of thing, and something fell out of your belt.
Oh, that was not the devil's pawn shop card. What? I'm gonna pick it up and start examining it.
Okay, there is a strange. It's like a card. It's got a swordsman in it, like on it.
Who the?
Do you have knowledge local station?
I do. Well, hold on. It might be Great Wheel. Nope, station. Need a roll?
Yep.
22.
It is a card that represents a business or like a school. It is called the Orazini Academy. It is where people go to learn swordplay.
Wonder how this got here. I've only met a cane man and the captain. Maybe it was the captain. No, he wouldn't be doing that.
Give me another knowledge local roll.
Eesh.
You've seen his
11.
cable TV commercial.
It's an infomercial in the square.
Do you need to learn swordplay? Tripped by an old man in the street.
The old man did trip you with a stick.
Right. That guy was pretty sly, wasn't he?
Some of the best swordsmen in all of Grand Station have studied at this place. It's highly prestigious and probably requires a lot of money.
Think about it. His cane looked a lot like a training sword.
It's just probably Luudo and Manny
Stupid.
right now, right?
No, yeah, well, it's yeah, I guess.
Taking his pants off.
Oh, hey, just found this weird little card on a person.
What's that?
I think it has something to do with an old man who kicked my ass in the bar.
Some old man kicked your ass tonight?
It's not. I mean, it's. I got the better. You should see him. Anyways.
When the fuck did that happen?
I was pissing.
That's the symbol of the red god in the background.
Ah.
The Iron Lord.
You might know a little bit about this, huh? That's right up your alley. I think he might have slipped this into my belt. He's good. He's good. I'm gonna look around and see if he slipped anything else.
Yeah, you're not missing anything. There's nothing extra there.
Where's my dollars? Where's my pipe? Oh, God,
the card looks hand painted. Not the type of thing you just sort of like.
I mean, the
give
guy's
out any.
hell of a painter. Crafty. Well, Manny, we might have to check this out next time we're back in the station area. Wait, that's the station, right?
I think so. It's where all the fancy sword folk go.
Oh, with the pants.
You have a nice sword. Maybe you could be a fancy sword folk.
You know, I've never thought I was a fancy type of guy, but after being Captain calling us heroes, I'm up for anything.
I don't think it's really my thing, but sure.
Who was gonna, flick the card, give it another look? Why don't I tuck this away for future reference? Maybe I'll run into that mysterious old man again. And then I'll have a cane. And then I'll kick his ass while he tries to go pee. And spill his beer.
If you point him out in advance, I'll give him the evil eye before your next encounter.
I hope everyone gives him an evil eye. But yes, specifically yours.
Well, I'm better at it, so
I quite like
yes.
Okay, you guys spend an evening in Bosterra. Morning comes. Apparently your room comes with a single hot bath big enough for the phant to sit in. However, they only draw the bath once, so I don't know if any of you are trying to go first or don't want the seconds in the water. You do get a plate of overcooked eggs of some variety.
It's ostrich. It's almost always ostrich.
Just put hot sauce on it.
If we're going on a bit of a journey, we should make sure we have some rations.
Yes, it's quite the idea.
I'm sure there are outfitters around,
Yep.
for miners and whatnot.
There's a general store, I believe, right next here that we could pop into. See what we can get.
We
It's
should go
usually
to the
just
commune first,
dusty
Zephyros.
bread.
Unless you want me to go to the commune and the rest of you could stay here.
Would be interesting to see it.
I don't think I want to stay here.
Yes. We should probably stick together while we're this far away from home and the trains aren't running and everybody seems to be in a rather stabby mood in the shadows.
Bright, sunny, it's really warm, dry, and actually in the morning a lot of people are hungover and there's not much traffic, at least of the ilk that you saw the previous night. There are people going to and fro in Bosterra Town.
Ask whoever runs the inn, hey, have any trains come in the past couple days?
Oh, not past a couple days.
All
As
right.
far as we've been told, they've been cancelled.
I'll
Delayed.
put invisible familiar on the hand.
Okay.
It will take an hour to walk to the commune. Our breakfast will carry us there.
Good. Well, let's do it then.
Okay.
While we're walking around, I'm asking Zephyros if he knows of any ruins nearby. I'll put mage armor on myself as well.
The commune is built in a very old building. There will be no digging in the old building.
Me? Digging? Zephyros, you know I can't use
He stopped. He's no
shovel.
longer walking forward. He's looking directly at you. He's waiting for you to agree.
Digging? I haven't even brought a shovel. Digging, really?
There will be no breaking of things and taking.
Yes, Luudo.
I have an immense amount of respect for that area. Unlike Ched.
Do we have 10 or 15 minutes?
Sure.
I'm going to take a look through the book.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for something specific. I just want to flip through it and see if it tells me some interesting facts about the Bosterra Badlands.
Sure. Give me what flora, fauna, terrains.
I'm interested in Titan ruins, to be honest, I suppose.
Okay.
And or cactus fruits.
All seeing him do that, a couple page-bound epiphanies to
Doing knowledge of nature?
Sure. I guess you could read and walk.
Yeah, that makes sense. 22. Yeah, that's not great.
Well, people think that they're Titan ruins. It's more so that the land is great, and it makes you look small to the point where Titans must have wandered there. It is more likely created from the flow of ancient rivers.
Okay.
And one of the tidbits is that there was one river to have known to run deep within the earth long ago. And then your page-bound epiphany, what?
I'm looking for the cube I have
Yes?
that comes from this plane.
Yes.
That I think is somehow related to like a ruin, or it's somehow related to an ancient culture. I haven't quite figured out what it does. Maybe it's a key. Maybe I don't know if it's a key or not. I'm trying to find where I was.
Puzzle box.
Yeah, the puzzle box. We texted it out, we rolled it, and a random thing, like a random buff would happen, how it would come up. There's like something inside banging around, and we rolled it one time.
You know that it's an artifact.
Yes. But I know it comes from here. Are there any like ruins around here specifically where we're at?
You know, specifically where you're at, probably not. You know that the ruins that haven't been already picked over are much deeper within.
Maybe not necessarily. I'm looking for some place where this would like fit in, where I could maybe find some clues to its use, even if they're picked over. Maybe there's some sculpture or paintings or something that might give me some more ideas. We happen to be cruising by one on the way throughout our travels in this world.
Yeah, you basically have your eye out for ruins, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and I want, now that I'm in this plane, I can fill the page-bound epiphany book with knowledge from this plane, so it's probably like geography or dungeoneering or
Yes.
something like that.
Geography. Give me a knowledge geography. Where might the ruins be?
Yeah, that sounds about right. 31?
Okay, so you've got Bosterra, which is somewhat green, as there is actual like water and like a river running through, like an actual river. It's probably why they chose this place to settle. Then a little bit further out, you have a great area of desert called the Prickly Scrub. This is probably where you're going to find your fruit, cactuses and things, and scrub. It's kind of like a mixture of grassland and desert.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to find the Great Parch.
Sounds good.
It is a massive plain of just cracked, baked earth. And somewhere beyond the Great Parch, there are sandy deserts. And this is the place where the most direct route to the sandy deserts would be to try to cross the Great Parch. You have decided many times that that was not how you wanted to travel. Instead, you can kind of go along the edge of the Great Parch, and there are interesting ruins all along the edge of the Great Parch. The further you get from Bosterra Station, the more interesting things get, but also the more wild and dangerous. So you've got two areas where there might be ruins. Along the edge of the Great Parch, and then into the sands beyond the Great Parch. Those are the places where if you had infinite money and magic and time, where you would...
Yeah.
And this Titan ruins that you saw Fereosae looking at, you know from your researches that Titan ruins would be amongst some of the oldest ruins that you'd ever find.
So they'd be out in that sandy desert.
If we had come here by train.
Yes.
We would go to the Badlands. Bosterra Badlands is where we're at.
You are in the Bosterra Badlands. The whole Pearl is called Bosterra Badlands.
Got it.
So is the town. It's just like everything's Bosterra.
Got it.
But you're talking about the geography of the Badlands. It's kind of like, oh, they settled in the place where there's actual water and a little river running through it. There's a bit of green here. Or you go to the place where it's all prickly and still a little bit green. And then you go to a place where there is no more green and then it's all sand.
Yep. That makes sense.
All right, the group of you is walking to, I'm going to reveal a different map. It is called the Commune. Expecting that you were going to see phant, you instead encounter a lot of Vark coming to and fro. They are riding or driving very large beetles. Filled with packs, and it looks like they do a lot of the commerce with the phant of the Commune. About an hour to town, around the other side of the hill, is a much drier-looking area with a city of almost like mud brick or limestone carved from the mountainside. Yes, this is actually a picture of, I believe, Jericho in real life. But,
Oh, nice.
but you encounter a bunch of Vark on your walk up. The Varks are now swarming you.
You got junk? You want junk? You got junk? You want junk?
You notice that the Vark all have a circle kind of painted into their, like a donut almost, like painted into their foreheads, with 5 little stubs around the donut. Again, Vark are uncannily similar to one another. They're not the right size. They're supposed to be small. They're small, like little aardvark-like people with long proboscises.
I'll pull out 2 torches and a feather.
Okay.
This junk?
Big
You want junk?
feather
You got
from
junk?
a large brown feather from something dead. That's probably that undead owlbear.
Yep.
And I'll offer that to them and say, "Have you gotten junk from old ladies at big ruins?"
Ooh. Junk. Old lady junk. You want old lady junk?
Someone presents you with like an old lady's dress.
This old lady junk.
Scary old ladies.
Scary old ladies.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Alright.
Let's see if they know anything about that. High they do, low they don't.
19.
Scary old ladies. They live out in wilds.
Yeah, that makes sense. The
They're-
torches, they are free.
This your junk?
They're junk.
This
Give me-
junk.
Yes.
A bunch of the Vark come scrambling down as you throw the junk to the ground.
The feather.
They wait for you to like not give it to them. It's almost like they want you to drop it on the ground.
The feather, you have to give me something junk for it.
Ooh.
What junk would you trade?
This one's junk.
They go rooting around. What is it? An owlbear feather?
Yeah.
Up the torches.
One of them offers you a wooden spoon. Another one says, "We'll offer you what might you like? A head wrapping for the desert." And the third one offers you a really old, rusty lantern.
The wooden spoon it is.
Ah, this junk win. This junk win.
Indeed.
My junk is now your junk. And your junk is now mine.
Vark Vark.
This one, very dark.
They go crowding around to look at the at the feather, and this one proudly puts it into a pack.
Our junk. Our junk.
It's a nice feather.
Zephyros just simply pauses for a moment, but obviously he is eager to go and see his people. And yeah, there are a lot of phant that live here, going about their daily business. They do stop when they see a tusker in their midst and lower their head or get out of Zephyros's way. He asks a few questions in phant, and soon you soon find yourselves in like an audience chamber, deep in the cool caves and caverns of this building.
There's a man sitting in a big chair. He's got a funny hat. He's probably in charge. Sitting beside him at a table, and it doesn't really look like he's guarding him. It looks like more
More like he's his guest, is another tusker. This phant has one of his tusks removed, and this one seems to be much more heavily armored than Zephyros himself.
All right.
Zephyros bows to the leader, who you find out his name is Dombros, and he suggests that you be all very polite. Esri can speak phant, so she actually chats a little bit, along with Zephyros, who had laid his bones down. And after some sharing of water and of salt, the two of them sit, they talk, and then eventually Zephyros is dismissed. We can stay here if we wish. I must bring my master's bones to the Valley of the Titans.
Is that in the desert beyond the, what was it, Great Parch?
Yes.
No. I hear.
It should take us about 10 days to walk there.
Do we plan on traveling the divide, the borderlands between the Great Parch and...
I think I have traveled this place once before when I was very young. I do not know the way, but they said that those of the 5 tribes will guide us.
Ooh, that's convenient.
The Vark outside know the way.
Oh, those 5 tribes. That is less convenient. The Vark can be a bit tiresome with their conversation and wit.
There will be a wake for my master tonight.
Oh,
You are invited.
splendid.
There will be a meal after the wake, and then I shall take his bones into the Valley of the Titans.
Is there any sort of religious precautions we need to take or formalities to observe? Don't want to offend anyone here.
Stand politely and eat the bread when it is given to you.
Think you can eat some bread? Tech, can you eat bread?
I do not prefer bread.
You gotta eat it though, Tech, or else they're gonna think we're,
Have a bite or two.
yeah.
Yes, my queen. I will eat the roughage.
So do I wear a nice shirt or?
This black tie sort of thing.
Just sighs.
What's the policy on drinking? Because awake with Yonder, you kind of get really drunk and you dance.
And good point, good point. Alcohol is often served at these sort of things, Zephyros.
What if there's a fire?
Yes, there will be alcohol at the dinner.
Yes.
A bunch of drunk phant, says Esri.
Sounds dangerous for me, but it sounds really fun.
Oh, you're still here. Oh, girl, you've got to quit being so sneaky over there. Does any of this look familiar?
No, this is not Heshmala.
Oh, yeah.
Although Heshmala was warm, like this place is. So perhaps we're getting warmer. You played that game before. Hot and cold?
I don't think that's how this works. You know, maybe it does.
I'm not sure either. At this point.
Perhaps they know of the way to Heshmala.
Do you know the way to Heshmala?
I did not ask them.
Well, as we can ask them, she seems to speak their language.
The commune welcomes you as my companions.
You mean best friends?
He won't let you down.
You may speak to the people here. There is no harm in it. As long as no harm is brought to them, he says to Zephyros and glances at Tech.
Yeah, as long
These
as-
beings will not be butchered for meat.
That's
Yes.
kind of you, Tech.
Okay, you can go wander around this place. This place does have signs that it is a much older city, ruin, conclave.
I'd be interested in looking for what is like a library or where learned gentlemen hang out.
Okay,
The
so you're gonna go
wanderings.
wander around.
I mean, we got time to kill till this wake.
Yep. So you have a few hours to kill before the wake.
May as well go on a little cultural fact-finding mission. I'm probably gonna. I'm just trying to show the puzzle box to the most smart old wizened phant I can, and go like, "How about that?" You know.
Seemed to be the old guy that Zephyros talked to by the number of wrinkles. He's probably the oldest guy there.
I'll probably try to find some way to elegantly engage myself in conversation with my normal panache sort of thing.
Okay, so you approach him while he's sitting on his seat. He looks like he was half napping. The large phant eating a meal beside him glares at you as you enter the room. As you walk right up to his seat, the old phant sort of napping in his seat.
Mr. Dombros, was it? Could I have a word with you? One gentleman scholar to another?
Who are you?
Oh, I see we have not been formally introduced. My name, of course, is Professor Henry Sinclair Chalmers III of Master University.
Ah, yes. Scholar from
Matabas.
Grand Station.
Yes.
Your people come out here once in a while to dig through sherds.
Yes. About that. Do you know much of the digging?
We have declined their offers to dig in our home.
It is probably for the best. They tend to make off with things.
Yes.
You better do your own scholarship or your own people's history. It's much cleaner that way. But while we're on the topic, I seem to have came into possession of a unique artifact from these parts. Do you think you would mind having a look, see if you recognize it?
He blinks. He waits.
We'll show him the puzzle box.
Okay. He leans forward a little bit. His eyes narrow. His trunk kind of comes wiggling down towards you and wraps around the box, so you're letting him pick it up.
Yeah.
Okay. He brings it before his eyes.
Careful
looks
not to
around.
shake it. It has peculiar effects.
You had said that just as he was shaking, like.
Oh.
Interesting.
Have you seen the likes of it before?
It is not of the phant.
No, through my research, I think it may be, Anquani, do I know? Yes, Anquani, ancient Anquani.
Yes, not recent Anquani. Ancient Anquani. I would agree.
It used to belong to an old woman. She had a husband. Used to caution him not to touch it, but he was obsessed with trying to solve it. Shook it in frustration. Sometimes good things happen, sometimes bad.
The trunk is extending to hand it back to you.
Yeah, I'll take it back.
Okay.
You can see it is There's something inside of it.
I am not a scholar of ancient Ankwani artifacts. However, I know of one that is.
Oh.
The Albino.
The albino?
Tusker Zephyros said that he will take his master's bones to our Boneyard,
Mm-hmm.
and that you are his companions in this journey.
Yes.
You will be permitted into the Valley of the Titans. There you shall find the Albino.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
He knows of such things. He is the eldest and wisest amongst us all.
Oh, well, thanks for having a look. Any sights I should see while staying in your fine commune?
He thinks for a moment. Need a diplomacy check.
Okay. 21.
When you return to your tribe, you can ask them if the translations are complete.
Oh, do I have any idea what he's talking about?
Nope, not your project, but you said you're from the Madabaska University, and he assumes that...
Oh, they're complete, are they? Do you suppose I could have a look at them now, then?
No, we want to know when the translations are complete.
Oh. And they are complete?
You tell me.
I'll have to get back to you on that. I'll be going, man.
He snorts a snort that only someone with a 6 foot long nose could snort. Turns his head slightly like he's done talking to you.
I'll leave and go find the other. I know better than to engage in conversation. Well, that was helpful, I suppose.
Somebody from your university is translating something for the
Yes,
phant.
yeah.
That is what you gather.
Yes.
I think that Pixel and I are in a place filled with big creatures. And we are very little creatures.
Yep.
So I think we're going to look around for nooks and crannies.
Yeah.
If this place is older than the phant, maybe there are secrets.
Interesting. Give me a perception check or a knowledge, architecture, engineering.
I have both, but I have knowledge, architecture, engineering on the grounds of being
Just a bard.
a bard. Yes, but it's not trained, and so I can't take 20 in it, I don't think. Let me do a quick check and see if maybe I did train it recently. I've been trying to get sort of one rank in everything, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. Yes, we will search. Perception, Pixel and I. Pixel will auto aid even on a 1, so plus 15. $30.
Okay, well you find your way into a place that you probably shouldn't be. It's not secret to the phant, but it is a place that was surprising to see in a place that is a desert. There must be a spring-fed. This must be spring-fed. It is sort of in the center of the complex, which is built into the side of the cliff, and it is a very large pool with phant-sized ramps that lead in and out of the pool. It is very pristine, and there is several gigantic statues of multi-arm, trunked and tusked creatures. The air is tingly. And no one seems to be in the pools, although it might be a place where you could wade and bathe yourself, or perhaps bless yourself with these waters. The waters are pouring from the 3 statues.
Is the water magical?
Yes, in fact, the air around you is magical, the water is magical in a different way, and some of the water is specifically coming out of the trunks and spouts of the three statues are magical in different means. Like there are smaller basins that are being filled
Okay.
and tumbling into the waters.
Are they healing waters and curing water?
Give me a
things like that?
knowledge religion.
Yeah. $34.
Okay. The one off to the side is providing the waters, and it is Bampa Damadamba. To the left is the healing goddess and goddess of life by Shipe. And to the right, it is very surprised to see, but a phant depiction, as if like each of the phant statues are depictions of the gods if the gods were phants.
It's like Black Jesus. Jesus.
And it is a depiction of Baishi Pei, and it seems to be split down the middle.
Oh, okay. Like
Kind of a depiction of flora and fauna.
Okay, like flora on one side, fauna on the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the second one?
Bampa Damadamba is the first,
Yeah.
Baishi Pei was the second, and Peshlin was the third.
Oh.
This place is clean.
This is
Extremely clean. Magically clean?
Maybe. Maybe.
Let's bathe you in the waters of each of these things.
okay. The waters are clean. Are you going to go up to the fonts that are specifically trickling into the big pool?
Yeah.
Okay. Which font are you going to first?
We'll start with Peshlin. I've got a nice book from Peshlin, and I'm curious about Peshlin now.
Yep. Okay. Give me a spellcraft check to identify,
Yeah.
or a knowledge or craft alchemy. That's what I'm looking for.
We'll do spellcraft. Pixel will try to help.
Okay. Is she the one drinking it to see the effect?
Yes.
Okay. So you're making a familiar drink from the mysterious pools.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yep.
bathe the familiar in each of the pools.
Okay.
Does that mean she needs to be the one that makes the roll?
Nope.
Nope. So she does help me. D plus 15. 24.
15 plus double spell level.
Oh, actually, it's 26.
Okay. She is. She has a minor ward against disease. So she's got a +4 sacred bonus against on fortitude saves versus diseases for the next 24 hours.
All right. I'll douse myself in that as well.
Okay. Same effect applies.
That makes sense. Peshlin +4 versus disease for 24 hours. Let's try Baba Dumba.
Okay, spellcraft check as you go and drink these waters and sprinkle them upon yourself.
All right.
You don't want to just talk to the old elephant?
She does help. 22.
22.
Yeah.
Okay. You do recognize what effect it is. You have an aid spell cast upon you.
It's pretty nice.
You gain 12 temporary hit points and have a +1 morale bonus to attack rolls and saves against fear effects. And this will last for the next hour.
Yep, that makes sense. And finally, we'll do pestilence.
Okay?
Same ritual.
Yep. No, you did Pestilin first, right?
No, I meant Baishipe.
That's right.
Yeah, I said pestilence, but I meant Baishipe. 22.
Must be some sort of healing effect,
Yeah.
as there's a tingling, and you guys had no wounds to begin with, so you're fine.
This is a wonderful little place. So pure.
You're looking around. Don't see any doors down here, unfortunately. Just kind of like big,
Oh, yeah.
round, big
No way to
rounded.
get in with the key.
Yeah, big rounded arches
Yeah.
and kind of sloping stairs that lead up, and some big rounded arches that lead into other rooms where you could change, but you don't see specifically any like doors.
Go to pop in, get
Yeah.
the buffs, and pop out.
Yep. A lot of columns keeping the place up, and you can picture Phant striding around in the waters. You thought you heard some talking and decided after exploring, the two of you would go buzz off.
Yeah.
You find that these people do in the commune have some healing treasures hidden away from the world.
Nice.
Ludo, what did you do for the couple of hours? Did you go and
Ludo's going to start sniffing around, see if he can smell anything close to like a apothecary or alchemist sort of.
Are you literally sniffing your way down
Yeah,
the streets?
literally smelling like.
okay? Give me a craft alchemy or a perception check as you're just off by yourself looking around.
I
Yeah.
assume he's probably with Manny.
No, Manny found a good place to relax and was just going to do that.
32.
Okay, you end up seeing a woman Phant. Let's see if I can find a good token for a Phant.
Find one that's fantastic.
Meow.
I like it.
She's got bug eyes. Weird.
Since she's showing up in a Pathfinder game, does that make her a fantasy character?
That's enough.
Okay, so she seemed to be in a hurry, but she had a bag full of clinking bottles. You followed her for a bit.
Right.
She almost like she didn't see you, and she does wander into a fantastically large
Thank you. Thank
alchemical lab. And there's already things that are brewing and bubbling, and she's quickly collecting something out of a shelf unit that has a bunch of potions in it.
And she hasn't seen me at this point.
She has not seen you.
No,
No,
no.
you're two size categories different than her.
She probably can't believe that she's seen me on here either. In the commune.
God damn it.
It's beyond fantastical. You can play at that game, bro.
Lou's gonna awkwardly like scooch to the side of her, hoping
Yep.
he'll see it in the peripherals.
She kind of, who are you?
Hi!
I have no time for Vok trickery, she says.
I'm not, look at me!
She takes a giant step back and, oh, I'm sorry. Are you supposed to be here? She says as she's taking a little dropper of something and putting it into a much larger potion bottles.
My nose says yes. You're doing one of my favorite hobbies, so I mean,
Hobbies?
yeah. Mess around with some chemicals, explosions happen.
I am clearly not messing around with chemicals, disturbing my concentration.
Oh, well, be careful, because I do that a lot and bad stuff happens. But hey,
Well, this stuff can't explode, she says, and
what is it?
it is a form of healing poultice. A lot of people are sick.
Sick, huh?
Yes, it
Like
is quite...
Sneezy stiff? Sick?
Yes, she says.
Like plague sick?
Unfortunately, perhaps plague has come to Bosterra.
Like death sick?
Some plagues do mean death, yes.
But this one?
I don't know.
Oh, good.
It seemed to crop up very quickly.
Has there been any new people about other than us that just got here and could no possible way be responsible for that?
How long ago did you arrive in Bosterra?
40 minutes ago?
Really?
I don't know.
I thought the trains had stopped.
Well, I know a guy.
If you're trying to not rouse my suspicion, you're doing a poor job.
I just want to play with some chemicals, see what's going on. And I don't want to get sick.
What
Can
is
I
your
have one of
name,
those?
little one?
They call me Luudo. Luudo. I think I'm getting sick.
Really? Let's have a look at you.
Cool.
Scoops you up, puts you on the table. She takes out a little stick and say, "Aw."
Blah.
Do you have any symptoms?
Well, I said Bluto just then, or Budo.
Do you have any rashes? Blisters?
None from anything I didn't do myself.
Headaches, fatigue, coughing? No rash?
No, sometimes get headaches, but it's after I've been
She
hit.
lifts up your helmet and has a look around. I don't think you're sick. You don't look sick. You don't smell sick. You drank last night, though.
Well, yeah.
Quite a lot, didn't you?
I mean, define a lot.
She goes over to a different cabinet and puts something spritzy into a bottle. Drink this.
Ludo's he's just sitting on the counter just kicking his legs.
Yep.
You guys got any cool, things native to Bosterra that, you use for alchemy?
Of course we do. There are many potent plants out there, useful for alchemy. It would take me years to teach you everything I know.
But seconds to give me something, right?
You wish me to give you a gift?
Well, let me taste the native flavors.
Drink up.
Oh, right.
She goes over to another thing. She grabs a fruit and just squeezes it into your fritzy. It's like she made you a little spritz. and now it's a dragon fruit spritz.
Delightful.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
I feel so refreshed.
Could you explain why you're here at the Commune? Aside to annoy me while I'm trying to save people like you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. My friend's master died, so we're helping him bring his stuff,
Who's
his
Master?
bones. Zephyros. My big buddy. We're best friends.
Tusker Zephyros' master died.
Sadly, yes. We wanted to accompany him, since we're best friends and all.
Did the mixture that I prepare ease his pain?
Yeah, he seemed to be pretty, floaty, very out of it. But he wasn't in pain. That I'm aware of. I really no fans.
There will be a wake tonight to
Yeah.
send off his spirit. Unfortunately, with this strange pestilence raising its head, many will not make the trek out
Really?
to bury the bones of a tusker.
So everyone's not feeling so hot, huh?
Not everyone, but a surprising number in a very short period of time. I could take you to the sick camp if you wish, although I do believe I saw a few Yondans amongst their kin, amongst them in the sick tents.
I try and stay away from sickness and things like that. They call me Luudo the germaphobe.
Let us hope that... I think I'm going to need to sit down.
Are you sick? Oh, by the gods, if you're sick, you made me a drink.
I don't think so.
Are you old? I can't tell. I can't tell if phants are old or not.
I'm perfectly healthy and middle-aged, phant. Thank you very much.
Oh. Are you smitten by me?
No, not really. I'd likely squish you.
It's true.
And you Yondans, while your heads are large, are probably very small.
Hey, yeah, you're not off by too far.
She seems to have to sit down. She just kind of sits down beside her table.
Do you want some of the spritzer?
Yes.
Here you go.
She grabs it with her trunk, and it's weird how they kind of feed it to themselves sort of, with their trunk.
Feel better?
Give me a heal check or a perception check.
28.
Now, when she lifted her trunk, she seems to have these weird little red welts around her neck.
You seem to have a little skin. Do you need some lotion, or is that part of the...
Where?
Right below your trunk there.
She gets up and almost falls down, but then
Oh god.
gets up and knocks over a couple of the bottles as she's reaching for a mirror. She lifts up her trunk. She looks. Oh no!
Do you need me to do anything, or?
I would get back from me.
Oh god.
It appears that I have it.
Ludo's going to step back and try and sleight of hand a couple of the healing vials.
Okay. Luda's also going to give me a fortitude save, and you're going to roll it behind my hand.
Oh.
Yep, you're going to give me a d20 and roll it behind my hand.
What's my four?
Not the worst.
Okay.
That's 10.
Plus 10?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, dear. Yes, those ones are anti-plague. You can take a few of those if you want. You've already taken a couple.
Do you want one? I mean, you...
I must have spent too much time amongst them.
Obviously.
I was careful.
Do you want me to... Okay, well, there's obviously more anti-plague stuff here, but...
You should go, little one. You should go.
He was gonna cover his face with his shirt and jump off the table, which is kind of a long jump for him at that point.
Yeah. You're pretty acrobatic.
And I'm gonna take off.
Okay.
I hope you feel better! As I run.
Alright, so you've got 3 anti-plagues.
Yeah.
They're alchemical things.
The plague, huh?
Yeah, that's some bad news.
Yeah. Wasn't there a plague we encountered?
We certainly ran into plague doctors, I think, that were trying to collect samples and stuff.
Okay, you return to the others. The others seem to be slinking back to their places around Zephyros. That evening, there is a wake for his master. It is a solemn affair full of weird gongs and chimes, and they place the bones out that he has boiled the flesh off of, kind of almost meticulously back together, only to then slowly be packed back up into the bag that Zephyros will be traveling with into the Badlands. You don't see that woman, Yadira, at the ceremony, but Dombros and this other Tusker, as well as many other phant of the commune, perhaps all of them, minus the one who fell ill, come out to give their respects. At one point, Zephyros does go forth and present a staff that he never did before, and they nod, and there are some words that are exchanged between Dombros and Zephyros nods and then returns back to the group. Afterwards, there is a great meal. Phant don't cut their fruit up into small little itty bits. You spend a lot of time taking the rinds and things off of giant fruit that the Phant just seem to be drinking and eating from. Apparently, some of the fruit has been injected with alcohol, so they've been painted with fun colors, and those ones they do cut open and seem to drink from. Not a lot of meat. They seem to be vegetarian, which Manny and Tech both complain during the course of the meal. The next day, you guys wake up, and there are Vark that are outside waiting for you.
What will we encounter on our path? What are the dangers in the desert?
Who are you asking?
One of the phant.
Okay. Yeah, give me a...
You don't want to ask the Vark?
No.
You don't have
Lots of junk.
A diplomacy check the next morning.
Many of us die every time. We don't know why.
There is junk though.
We take other people's junk.
Do you have junk?
32.
They do warn you that that there are snakes and scorpions in the prickly shrub. That you should follow the Vark skirting the Badlands into the Parch. Don't wander in there. Thirst is probably your greatest enemy there.
Yeah.
There are things that prey upon. There are predators out there. They talk about while they say the worms won't make their way that far close into the Parch, there are scavengers and other creatures. They do warn you that there are lions, some of which that grow quite big.
All right.
That there are packs of hyenas also that grow big, and that the carrion birds grow quite large, and sometimes don't wait for you to die. Wild rothae should be avoided, although this is past the rutting season.
Yes. I hear that was recently ended.
Yes, this is the summer, which means that everything is dry and hot, and you will have a hard time finding water. Insects, yeah, there's a lot of things that can kill you out there. There are scavengers, there are bandits, there are more wild tribes of rakastans that might come into the fringes.
Yeah, let's try and make sure we have enough food and water then for a relatively long trek.
yes, good idea. Extra wouldn't hurt.
They also warn you about prospectors, as apparently some of them have taken to banditry as well.
Okay.
But they kind of say that you would know more about that, as in your friends would know more about that than
Must be hard times.
the phant.
Luudo, do you remember a nice room here that you enjoyed spending time in, opening and closing the door to?